right, fourth grade, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk now about some things with language, okay? And language, I know it's not always your favorite subject in the world, but it is important, and I know that it's kind of hard sometimes to do it at home on your own, but I'm going to try to work with you a little bit here with prepositions, okay? Prepositions is the only part of speech that I haven't actually been able to teach you here in the classroom. We went through nouns, we went through verbs, we went through pronouns, we went through adjectives, we went through adverbs, and now you're ready for prepositions. And then we're going to talk also in another lesson maybe about conjunctions and interjections, and that'll be all 8 parts of speech, okay? So we got through 5 of them, and then there are 3 more left to talk about this year. But the first one I want to mention to you is prepositions. I know you've already been working with those at home, but let's just kind of review a little bit, okay? What is a preposition? What is the purpose of a preposition? A preposition shows relationship. Let me give you an example. I have a basket right here on my stand, okay? This is a basket, so it is a thing. It's a noun, okay? If I say the basket is on the stand, on the stand, on is a preposition. You know how I know that? Because it's on the list that is on page 206 in your book, which, by the way, would be really good for you to try your best to memorize as much as possible. This year, you're not going to have any quiz over it. What I would usually do in the class is give quiz and things like that to make sure that you're memorizing it, and I teach you a song and things like that to help you memorize them. But those are important for you to learn, okay? So it's going to be helpful if you're able to commit a lot of those to memory. But I promise you that as you get further along in dealing with prepositions, you're going to recognize them a lot easier, okay? They're going to kind of jump out at you, the prepositional phrases and things like that. But again, that word preposition, the purpose of that part of speech is to show relationship. Again, I use the example, this basket is on the stand, okay? I might say the basket is under the stand. I might say, let's see, the basket is in the desk. If I walk up here and put it in the desk, it's in the desk, okay? Every time, those words that I use, on, under, in, those are all prepositions, which you will see on that list on page 206 in your book, okay? Now, the way that you can find a prepositional phrase, okay, is it will start with a preposition and it will end with a noun, which is the object, okay? So for example, let me use this sentence here as an example, okay? Take a look here. It says, our class picnic was held underneath the maple trees, okay? Sorry, I have a low battery there, all right? Underneath the maple trees. Now, take a look there. Do you recognize the preposition? It's one of the bigger ones, one that's not as common. Underneath is your preposition. The way that I know that's what it is because take a look, I have a phrase here, underneath the maple trees, okay? Underneath is my preposition. Trees is the object of the preposition, okay? So this is my prepositional phrase, underneath the maple trees. Look at this one. Jesus came to earth and died for us. Now, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you look at this for a second. There are 2 prepositional phrases here. See if you can tell what they are. Okay. Now, hopefully you've seen 2. One of them starts with the word to. To earth. The other one is for us. This is my preposition. This is the object of the preposition. This is my preposition. This is the object of the preposition. Okay? So those are just 2 examples of sentences that are using prepositional phrases. Okay? All right, now, sometimes what gets to be a little bit of a struggle for people dealing with prepositions is how to tell the difference between a preposition and a word that's being used as an adverb. Remember, an adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Okay? It answers questions like how, when, where, how often, to what extent, how much. It answers these kinds of questions, okay, about a verb or an adjective or another adverb. Well, sometimes some of those words that you see as prepositions, sometimes they're not being used as a preposition. They're being used as an adverb. And the way that you can tell that is that if it is a preposition, it will have that object underneath the maple tree, underneath tree, okay? If it's just a word that's out there that's off your preposition list, but it doesn't have an object, it is not a preposition. It's being used as an adverb, okay? So be aware of that. Here is an example of that, okay? If you'll notice, and if you have your language book there with you, you can look at page 209, and if you'll look at their examples there, okay, look at the second sentence that they have. He was lagging behind when we climbed the hill. Behind is a preposition. If you look at the sentence right up above that one, they use behind as a preposition there, behind the shelves. Well, here in this sentence, it's being used just as an adverb. It does not have an object with it. Again, he was lagging behind when we climbed up the hill. He was lagging where? Behind. He was lagging behind. So that is telling us where he was lagging. So if you do not see that object of the preposition, then you know this must be an adverb. It's not being used as a preposition. Okay? I hope that helps you a little bit with prepositions. Remember that they show relationship. Okay? Remember my example with the basket. On the stand, under the stand, in the desk, on my head, okay, behind me, okay, all of those things. Those words are prepositions. They're showing relationship with some object to another word in the sentence. All right? Again, if you have any questions about anything dealing with language, just let me know. I'll be happy to do a little lesson on it or to call you and talk to you one-on-one about it, okay? All right, bye guys.